It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Titans and the Steelers on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They coming off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. From Heinz. As Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. About 5 yards shy of midfield. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 58 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and have done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 7 yards the pickup there. On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Let's go!
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll look to throw here. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. That catch good for only a couple. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. McCann's kick up and good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Steelers here ready to go to work for the first time. And the grizzled vet, Ben Roethlisberger, bringing him out now in his 18th season in the National Football League.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. A look at the numbers for Harrison last week's game. 19 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench to tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
2nd and 5 now. Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 44-yard line. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's swung out wide to Harris. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll make it a 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Snell. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Ray McCloud. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They're going to look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Big boy can run. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On second down, it's Snell. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. They're trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Gets this to Ferkser, the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They should have gotten more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And his first carry, loses the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Snell on the shotgun handoff. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. The Steelers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. You can count his carries on 1 finger. They've only given him the rock 1 time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see if they change tunes.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The big man, Tyson Alualu, there to make the tackle. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
They'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and run for it. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans are going to retake the lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Tucker McCann now for the extra point.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And this one taken in on the right side.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Okay, Brady, I see you.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And the Patriots have the lead in the final stages before halftime. Kendrick Bourne, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the AFC South as we head over to check on the Jags at home in Jacksonville. And this one going the visitors' way, as the Texans have the lead in that one. The Texans seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. 3 Tua Tagovailoa touchdown passes there. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Titans. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Ray McCloud to return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further, as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. They'll go with Snell here on first down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you get defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On second down now, it's Harrison. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. They'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. On third down, Roethlisberger.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off near the 34. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Taylor Lewan, the former first-rounder from Michigan, flag there. Now a handoff here to his running back. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They run a draw here on second down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's third and long.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now it's Roethlisberger.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They run the counter. Snell, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Roethlisberger will throw.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now from Jacksonville. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Phillip Lindsay with a touchdown in that one.
Tennessee offense set to go again.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll set up a throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. They'll run on 1st down. Snell, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd down and 7. They're going to run again with Snell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. He's at the 30. 10. And they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans.
That's the way you make it spin, baby.
This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
So the Titans bring the offense back out to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, the message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Roethlisberger. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On 1st down, McFarland. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll drop it underneath here to Snell. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, a magnified big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Oh, we always talk about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. Open man here is Gentry. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Zach Gentry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point now by Boswell. And this is back to a 5-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
2nd and 5. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Tennessee.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Titans on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Titans are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Steelers 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The Steelers ready for their next possession. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Come on, let's get him.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Titans are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McLeod. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He finds his tight end, Gentry. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger.
He'll get this one to McFarland out of the backfield.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Do what you do.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Here's Roethlisberger. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Boom all day.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to complete this one to McLeod. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 18. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And his pass, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
The Titans set and ready to go on offense.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And they will take a knee here.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Tennessee, the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story as they move to 9-5 on the year.
And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.